Hello, welcome to the channel. In this video series, which I'm starting, I'm going to be going around the world to document different oil farming techniques and bring them back to you guys in the Americas and maybe England. Maybe. You know what? No British people allowed. Get out. We don't want you here. Go back to your own country, take your tier, whatever. Just leave us out of this. So this is for the Americans out there. So, I went to Egypt, and in Egypt I found this really cool technique that was used by an ancient king. Nobody remembers the king's name. Evidently, his name wasn't as important as his actions. So we'll just give him a name. Some sounds Egyptian. King Tufet? Is that a king? I hope that's not already a king. If it is, I'm sorry, bro. Did not mean to misuse your name. Anyway, King Tufet. So they said that he had aura that was so I'm searching for the words here. So authoritative. He had such an air of authority and power and competence that when he walked by people, they would instinctually just bow to him. He didn't need to make a mandate that said that everybody has to bow. They just would, because his aura was so powerful. Now, the yield on this technique is S. And it's a very nice technique because it's of the passive type, which means you don't need to put in any extra effort to enact this technique. It's merely a technique that, once learned, naturally happens. So this is when your status, often social or political, you use it to put yourself in a position where others bow as soon as you walk by or your presence is noticed. The risk is pretty low, but if someone refuses to bow and you try to force them to bow because you're like angry that the technique didn't work on them or something, then you gain a villain status, and that's pretty bad in competition. It's a pretty big debuff. There is no cooldown to this, which that's pretty common among passives. Most passives don't have a cooldown. There was actually a debate when, well, of course, the British first stole this from Egypt. They were saying that this would widen the wealth divide between those in poverty and the rich and powerful. So yeah, some people have mentioned banning it due to its preference towards royalty, but eventually it was officially accepted, and now you can use it in competition, so very nice. The next one I want to talk about is an American classic, and I guess this isn't really from around the world, but this one was the first, big use case, the first time it became part of the meta, was Woodstock 99. So, I'm gonna read you out the description of this in the compendium first, so that you can get a good idea of it. So, the name, backflip, of course. Although, we're thinking about changing it to chain backflip, because a single backflip doesn't really work with this technique. It really does need to be a chain. Type is movement, of course. It's an acrobatic movement. If the description is literally just a backflip. The aura yield potential is S, because there's exponential gains. The risk is medium. If you fail, you look like a clown. You ever seen a person fail a backflip? What an idiot. Couldn't be me. The cooldown, that is entirely skill-based. You can do as many backflips as you can, physically do that many backflips. We have some notes here. I have notes on everyone because I like to add a little personal touch to all of the moves. So our notes here, the more unnecessary the better. This is kind of obvious. Unnecessary backflips are at the heart and soul of many aura farming competitions today. They've even started in where was it? Oh, Thailand. They've started having purely backflip competitions without all of the typical other aura farming moves even being accepted. It's just backflip only competitions, which is kind of incredible to think about it. This has only really happened with one other technique, and that was Money Gun. They ended up creating a competition for precision when using Money Gun. And I feel like that was just a whole thing on its own, the precision-based technique. So this is very unique. The more unnecessary, the better. You gotta spam it. There are reports that at Woodstock 99, some dude got so hopped up, if you know what I'm saying. He did 99 consecutive backflips before passing out, and eventually he was rushed to the ER. After that, a precedent was set, and people raced to be the first to 100. Many died in the process. Not just practitioners, but due to the exponential increase in aura gain per flip, many died just by proximity to the aura. Not many aura farmers can claim that they have the kind of aura it takes to kill a person. But the backflip gives us power. But it's a dark power, and a very risky one too. By the time you've chained 100 backflips, your aura multiplier is so big, it could end up killing you. So you've got to be very careful when using this technique. The General Aura Farming Association Health Administration guide says that you should only be doing 10. 10 is even pushing it, because by the time you're doing 10, that's 100 times multiplier to your aura. Don't ask why it's 100, even though I'm pretty sure that's not how exponents work. But it is. It's not a perfect number of exponents. It's done in the way that 10 is 100 time multiplier, and so on and so forth. I don't know how exponential growth works. I didn't go to college. Blame me. Yeah. Maybe I should have gone to college. Are there any good colleges in South Carolina? I'm off track. Anyway, number 3. This one was actually found by a friend of mine. Their name will not be disclosed. For now, we'll just call them Sophie. So this one is called the Ally Defense Technique. This one's kind of movement type. This one's hard to classify. It was developed largely before the main classifications were made, and so people weren't making it with the classification in mind, leading it to be kind of like an in-between, between like a teamwork type and movement type, but we classified it as movement. I'm not sure why. I totally forgot. I was blacked out when we were making this. So let's see what I wrote. Description. One person stands still while the other steps in front of them and blocks the attack. One person will have full trust in the other, as one puts complete trust in the other, as the other instantly defends them. My goodness, this is horrible writing. The defender will be quick and not hesitate. The other will stand, still not flinching. So I think the idea is like, somebody like goes to throw a sword strike at like a leader or a politician, and their bodyguard blocks it, and the bodyguard does it without any hesitation, and the leader doesn't even flinch as it happens. I'm thinking that's what this is getting at. Or yield potential, S. I'm pretty sure everyone we've done this video has been S. But that's because we really just want to bring you the best. The risk, I mean, you could get killed by this. This is pretty high risk. Saying is, if your teammate that you're putting your trust in fails, you could just get totally murked. The cooldown is part skill-based, part based on like how good your friend is at defending. And then notes would be sick. Yeah, I wrote that because I thought it would be crazy sick if this happened. And in fact, it was sick. Legend states that an ancient Sengoku warlord, for those of you who are totally uncultured, the Sengoku period was also known as the Warring States period of Japan. There were a lot of shogunates, warlords, and so one of these shogunates, warlords, was walking, and suddenly, he paused. He just stopped in the middle of the street. One of his attendants did like a flying hand strike to get to his mouth and quickly covered it. Legend states that what he just stopped was he stopped the shogunate from getting the only known case of the Black Plague. of the Black Plague that would have ever reached Japan. He single-handedly stopped an entire outbreak just by using this technique. And oh, the aura. The aura from this one is crazy. They say aura yield potential S, and that's for the individual. But because 2 people are doing it, you could even argue for an SS ranking, saying as if it's a team technique. And many techniques are based around a single person, and so when you get one that amplifies an entire team, it's a real beautiful thing to see. So I really enjoyed making this video. I have a lot more techniques to share. If you like this video, do the usual things that people do on videos, like clicking the little thumbs button. Also the one that says subscribe. That'd be very nice. You can comment. If you have any aura farming moves, that would be really rad. And I would really appreciate to steal your aura farming moves. I mean, borrow them. I mean, use them for inspiration. Anyway, have a nice day.